guys get to the first video and get to part 2 because I went through the entire video and then realized I only did about half of it. So I'm going to start where we kind of left off. So we're going butterfly. Remember putting those elbows into our knees, pushing down, pushing that belly button to our heels, okay? We're not pushing our chin to our heels. We're trying to put our belly button. Why? Because we don't want that back to round. We're going to keep that back as flat as possible, okay? Stretching through those abductors, hip flexors, pushing out on those elbows. So you're pushing down on your elbow or on your knees while you're leaning that belly button as far forward as you can, okay? So about 30 seconds on that one. Then we're gonna go into a straddle. We're gonna keep those legs nice and straight, toes pointed. We're reaching under and over on this. Really reaching through. We're doing an oblique stretch, stretching that lower back through the lats, really reaching for that toe, straight arm, pushing tall. Nice toes pointed, squeezing those legs. Really reaching, stretching out that back. Take a deep breath in and blow out, and we're going to push a little farther. Remember to breathe, okay? You really want to breathe when you're stretching, just because we're going to switch, okay? So we're reaching over the top, but you really want to breathe when you're stretching because you're always relaxing. If you want to tense up and you hold your breath, that muscle is not going to let you release it, okay? Same thing on here, squeezing those legs, pointing those toes, reaching through. Really stretching out that lower lat. As you can tell, I'm doing a little bounce, just a little bit. I'm not really bouncing too much. So in that deep breath in, deep breath out. Really relaxing through that lapse, okay? Really relaxing through it. Okay, we're gonna come here. We're gonna do lunge. So on this, we're really gonna stretch out through the hip flexors here, okay? Really trying to, we're not rounding that back, because here, as you can see, I'm trying to pull that butt back, okay? When we're here, we're trying to drop that hip flexor to the floor, making sure our knee isn't going over our foot, and we're keeping that back nice and straight, so that we're keeping that isolated on the hip flexor, okay? Stretching through there, really trying to put that hip flexor to the ground, relaxing through the glutes, stretching those hip flexors, okay? We're gonna come up just a little bit, right into a tight lunge, okay? You're gonna put your hand on the ground here, bring that leg up, we're gonna grab, we're gonna stand on up. It's a little hard to keep your balance, so if you got a wall here, you can put your hand on a wall. And same thing here. We want to move that foot out just a little bit, just so our knee's not over our foot, and stretching through the quad here, okay? Woo, woo. I just lost my balance. So about 30 seconds on that, okay? We're gonna switch feet. We're going lunge. Hip flexor into the ground, pushing straight arm. Chest nice and straight, back nice and straight. Pushing that hip flexor to the ground, okay? You're gonna feel it through this hip flexor too, because that's the mobility part. When we're doing squats, that hip flexor is what makes you bend and pull that chest down, because we're not, and either engaging the lats enough, keeping that back nice and straight, or the hip flexors will make you mobilize and go as low as you possibly can, so that's why your back drops, okay? You're stretching on that, coming up just a little bit. Grabbing that back foot, stretching through the quad, keeping that back nice and straight. Even though I'm leaning forward, I'm trying to keep my back as straight as possible, okay? I'm not letting it here while I'm rounding, okay? Keeping that back nice and straight, which is gonna isolate the quads on this, okay? Good, just like that. Now, we're gonna go into our shoulder stretch. Our shoulder stretch, if this is hard for you and this is too much where you can't put your hands behind you like this and put your pinkies together, then you want to do it on a wall, okay? Or against something that is flat so that you can stretch like going down into a squat, which I will show you after this, okay? Going here, we're going pinkies together, trying to really stretch out those shoulders. Legs straight, and we're going head back, trying to push our head to the ground. Breathe in. I would say this is probably the hardest stretch to breathe on, or especially when your head's back, but you just gotta focus on that breath, just short, long breaths. Come on up, okay? Same thing on this wall, or this, I'm gonna do it on my fridge, okay? Put your hands here right behind you. You don't gotta put your pinkies together if you can't. You're gonna push it out, just like a wall sit. You're gonna drop into that wall sit, okay? You're gonna do that for about 30 seconds, okay? So those are our stretches for today. I'm gonna kind of go over the basics just like I did today, but then our next video we'll go over some more advanced stretches. In gymnastics, it's all about flexibility, mobility, and stability, and if you don't have all three of those, there's either susceptible for injury, not doing a skill right, which will create injury, okay? So there's just a bunch of things where I love stretching, I love rolling out, because you can never have, especially when you're working out 5, 6, 7 days a week, and you need that release. Stretching is the most important thing you could do. It takes 20 minutes a day, and you just made it happen. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Email us, put it in the comment section, and I hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you again soon.